too much this evening. 2 outs already. Looking to change that around here in the 5th inning.
Gander throws it to Vargo. Attempt to get an out there, but Davis slides back to first. And Coran is a player who, he is a player that can ease into a game. That will be a strike. 1-1 is the count. 1 man on base in the top of the 5th. Right down the middle.
As both these teams sit at 500, one will fall below and one will advance above after tonight. As it looked like the Vikings were going to take that home real early, but Comets showing who they are. Gander takes one low. Swing and a miss from Camden Coran.
Yeah, and like you were talking about with the Comets are a team that can change the game in an instant. All they need is 1 inning to completely shift the momentum, as we saw this past inning with the 6th run. And up to bat is Manuel Sanchez-Gonzalez. That will be a ball.
And a name you won't be hearing tonight is Jaden Bekeet, out with an elbow injury until possibly the playoffs. West Virginia commit, star athlete. That one is high.
Gonzalez gets the hit into the parking lot.
Seen a few of those tonight.
See the wind start to pick up a little bit. We saw the wind was a little bit dead this past 2 innings, but starting to pick up a little bit more. That will be right up top of the box for a strike. 1-2 is the count with 1 out, 1 man on base for the Vikings.
A little bit of a controversial call there, as looked to be in the strike zone but not called by the ump.
He gets it up to left field, and Sander is able to get under it. 2 outs.
Liam Sander making a big impact in that 4th inning, getting 2 home. Makes the catch out in left center.
Dayton is up to bat for the Vikings with 2 outs in this top of the 5th. And the Vikings with 4 hits on the night, 1 error. They're going to really try to start to get back a little bit in a rhythm. Gander throws it right down for a strike.
Looks like that strike zone's a little higher tonight. That one is tipped at the net.
Yeah, and one thing you got to do as a hitter is really adjust to the umpire and how they are calling balls and strikes. And in the 5th inning, you're going to start to see some players either be a little bit more aggressive in their swing. He's able to swing it to the second baseman. Groff is able to throw it right to Vargo for the 3rd out of the top of the 5th. Comets will be back to hit when we come back to Mason High School on ICRC TV.
All right, our first item of business is a presentation, which is a swearing in of a new officer.
A Princeton mayor with Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus.
Merry Christmas.
Brings it himself inside the 10. Touchdown, Marymount!
From the top of the key, Anna Habra ties the score.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love. Love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our everyday.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch
With no one on base.
Welcome back to Mason High School. The Mason Comets back up 2 hits. Joe Hansen will be the first hitter for the Comets in this inning.
As there was a power statement in the 4th inning as
Princeton Vikings catcher gets hurt
just injured
during
himself.
warm-ups.
There's a little frustration from him.
Looks like it will be shoulder as he's trying to warm up CJ White to prepare for this inning.
It's either shoulder or elbow as the trainer comes and checks him out for a second.
Looks like he fell down on it, kind of pulled it a little bit.
As we will take a look here at what happened. This took a little stumble there, but maybe threw his arm out a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like he's grabbing towards his right. Looks like he will stay in the game. Looks like he will shake it off.
Ooh.
A little bit of a low pitch right there. Not pitch, throw, excuse me.
Looks
Trying to
get
warm
back
it up a
into
little bit. He's going to test it out a little bit more.
He looks to be all right, but
He was-
obviously causing him some issues.
Yeah, he was able to throw some power right there, but
Coach asks him, are you all right? And of course he's going to say yes.
he's a very tough player for this Viking team. And as the Vikings, they need full strength here for the rest of this game, as they are down currently by 4. In the Princeton bullpen, see some pitchers warming up. And we are off. Joe Hansen. First, it will be a strike for CJ White. A little bit low there for a ball. Joe Hansen, player with a lot of power for this Comet offense. Another reason why he's been one of the better designated hitter options for this team. And he just sends it long, and it will be foul ball. As first baseman, second baseman, and the right fielder all went for that ball there. None of them could quite get it with the wind. One, two will be the count. 0 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Comets with 5 hits on the night. That will be a very low pitch on the ground.
So that one got away from White there for a second.
2-2 is the count, and the Comets, they've done a very good job getting on base whenever and however they can. CJ White will throw it.
Oh.
Joe Hansen gets contact on it.
Hard struck ball, just leaks outside.
Johansson, very aggressive swinger for the Comets. And that will be low for a ball. That one looked a little bit controversial there. That one could have been a strike down the middle.
We were talking about it earlier. It's at higher strike zone today. As that one will go foul, as this is a long at bat. Currently 7 pitches.
Johansson got it a little bit early on that last pitch. Full count, 0 outs. And Johansson will hit it right to the third baseman. And the first baseman drops it. It's on the ground.
He will take his next base over at second.
That'll be an automatic double for Braden Johansson.
As Johansson brings some energy into this team. Making a sacrificial play a few innings ago. So just now, getting double off of the error. Either way, phenomenal. As Johansson will switch out for number 51, Drew Miser. Looking for kind of a smaller, faster frame.
Yeah, anytime Johansson gets on base, usually gets switched out. Johansson, great hitter, able to get on base. And we see Miser, one of the faster players on this team. And the infield will have a little bit of a discussion. The Vikings manager, Gino McGowan's having a little bit of a talk with the umpire. And now he will head into his infield to have a little bit of a word with his pitcher. Looks like he will make a change. And we will be back on ICRC TV coming up next.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back, and we have a new pitcher for the Princeton Vikings, Manuel Sanchez Gonzalez, the senior. He was just batting earlier in this game, having a little bit of an okay night. He had 1 double early in the first inning, then 2 outs after that, 1 strikeout, 1 pop-up. And he will come in from the bullpen to try to have a little bit of a change of scenery for this Princeton Vikings defense.
There's a little excitement in the Mason dugout right now. Might see some hitter changes here in a minute. As it looked like Chase Gatlin, a couple other guys were getting hyped up, like the one screaming there.
Grant O'Connor up to bat. Drew Miser on second. 0 outs. O'Connor will call time. You could see Gonzalez there really looking back and forth between second base and the batter. And it'll be way high for a ball.
That one almost struck O'Connor in the noggin. Those iconic Mason Comet pinstripe jerseys.
Swing and a miss right there for O'Connor. You could tell that he thought he had that there. 1-1 is the count in the bottom of the 5th inning.
The
And
hard
he will
swing.
get the hit up and back.
As that is another one in the parking lot.
A lot in the parking lot today.
Hope you parked far away. I'll say that for sure.
A lot of power on this Comet team, and there is a lot of power on this Princeton team too.
There's some big frames on these Comets. You got Grant O'Connor, you got Liam Sander, you got Dylan Hyams. Just a lot of guys that can get a lot of oomph into the ball. As that one is struck hard, but will fly out.
Right to the center fielder. Miser will stay on second. And up to bat, Hudson Groppe, the catcher. Transfer from Sycamore, in which there he was a 3-year starter. The senior having a pretty good year this year so far. Getting in the right foot as the main catcher option for the Comets.
Groppe adopting that role really well throughout this year. Still early to tell a little bit, but it seems to be a really high future for him with these Comets as they lead the Princeton Vikings 6-2.
First one was a strike. 0-1 is the count. Swing and a miss. Looked like that ball was a little bit low.
It's a little breaking ball. As Groppe looks to resettle here. As that one was high, right above the strike zone. 1-2 count.
You can see Gonzalez taking a big look at Miser. And that is right down the middle for a strike. Out.
That will be our first looking strikeout of the night from Groppe as Kelling steps up to the plate.
Hitting for the Comets, number 31, Jake Kelling.
Looks like Jake Kelling and Dylan Hyams are kind of going to go back and forth, at least of what we've seen so far, as the 9th batter in the rotation. In Kelling's first hit, it was an out. And in Hyams, it was a walk.
As Kelling takes time, he resettles in the batter's box.
And that will be outside for a ball. The outside right corner. Jake Kelling, the left-handed batter. 1-0 is the count. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. That will be way outside in the corner for another ball. 2-0.
Because Drew Miser has been standing on second for quite a while now. Kelling looks to possibly advance him. That one is high as well.
3-0 is the count. Looks like if you're Kelling here, you most likely will not swing unless it is right down the middle. You will fake the bunt, and it will be a ball. And he will get the walk on first base. 2 base runners for the Comets with 2 outs in this bottom of the 5th inning.
Some fans weren't happy with that call there. They thought Kelling went, but the ump saw different as Sam Davies with an immaculate 4th inning looks to get another one here.
That will be a strike. 0-1. Gonzalez taking his time on the mound. You can see the second baseman.
That one is drilled. Oh, wow.
They will call it safe, and Davies is able to get on first. As you can see, the second baseman there really thought that was done, and he was about to start running to the dugout.
So we're going to take another look here. And that is close.
Looks like he lifted his foot off the base, possibly.
The call will stand. Full diamond here with Tyler Groff up to hit. That one will trickle.
That will be 3 outs. Comets with no runs in this one, in this bottom of the 5th. 6-2 is the score. We will be back with 6th inning action on ICRC after this break.
Deep left field. Welcome to another edition of What's Going Down the Dale.
Welcome. You're listening to the Human Resource.
Yeah, well, does he fight?
Item of business is a presentation, which is a swearing in of a new officer.
A Princeton mayor with Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus.
Merry Christmas.
Himself inside the 10. Touchdown, Marymount.
From the top of the key, Anna Harbor ties the score.
Hey, come on, Scruggs. Right now, baby, you gotta get it.
Welcome back to Mason High School, where the Mason Comets lead the Princeton Vikings 6-2, getting all of their runs in the 4th inning. As Gandert looks to take mound here, get things going. As that one is right down the middle for Gandert. The Vikings' only points of the night coming in the 1st and the 2nd inning. 1 run apiece. As a high slider does not connect with the strike zone.
The batter, Colson Wolf, already dealing with 2 strikeouts on the night.
That one is high flying right to Isaac Vargo, who will take that in. It'll be our first out of the top of the 6th.
Now hitting for Princeton, number 13, Joe Roberts.
As Joe Roberts steps up to the plate, looking to make a bit of an impact for these Vikings. there will be a hitting change. It's number 21, Benji Tapia, senior, stepping up to bat. Place of Joe Roberts. Not sure what happened there. Looked like the coach had a bit of frustration, but
you could tell Roberts, I mean, he was ready to get in the box and start hitting. Just a little bit of a random switch there, but maybe the manager, McGowan's, saw something, saw a situation.
Tapia, swing and a miss. It'll be a 1-1 count. Gander, good pitch there. He tips that one into the net in the back. It'll be a 1-2 count for the Vikings. As it's always a good rivalry between the Mason Comets and the Princeton Vikings. A swing and a miss there, and that will be the second out of the top of the 6th. Like I was saying earlier, it's always a good battle between the Mason Comets and the Princeton Vikings. Really, no matter what sport it's in. Football, it's always a great matchup. Baseball, wrestling, it doesn't matter. These two teams and these two schools just have great athletic performances all around.
100%. We saw some great battles in basketball this past winter.
As the Princeton Vikings took home the state championship for Division I in boys basketball. The girls almost closing in, but did not. So that one will be called a ball according to the ump. Had to check with the side judge. It's Groppe and Gander. To end this inning quickly, as that one is popped out and on to Mason Montgomery. And will fortunately miss a car, but not by a lot.
Always got to be careful when you're driving down Mason Montgomery in the middle of a Comet baseball game.
I'd agree with you.
(3-1) will be the count with 2 outs. We saw last inning Gander was able to climb back to get it full count. See if he can do it again.
As the birthday boy gets the strike there to get a full count. Be a foul ball there. Caught by the third base coach. Thrown in pretty well. Until he played baseball back in the day.
Definitely. I mean, the manager, McGowan's, great one-hander right there.
That pitch is high and will send number 5 for the Princeton Vikings, Corey Bonner Jr. to first.
The hitter for the Vikings is number 7, Grayson Wolf.
As Grayson Wolf steps up to bat with a man on first, he looks to get Princeton out of a bit of a hole that they're in right now. That last pitch was a little low for the Comets. Strike there, little inside, but called it Mason's way. High pitch there from Gander. As the defensive squad for Mason looks to hold strong, while this Princeton Vikings offense looks to get out of a bit of a rabbit hole. So that pitch is high from Gander, looking to get his rhythm back a little bit.
Wind's starting to pick up a little bit more. Wind's kind of been on and off. No rain to be seen.
So that one is down and low. James, this has been a fun evening with you, watching these two teams battle it out. Some lead changes, some nice hits, some nice plays. As Grayson Wolf will advance to first, send Corey Bonner Jr. over to second.
Now hitting for the Vikings, number 4, Kenneth.
Yeah, like what you said, it's been a great game. It's been a very fun game between both of these teams. Early in the game, we saw Princeton with a quick 2 runs in the first 2 innings. And ever since, started to die down a little bit, and then the Comets just with a big switch that they flicked on. And 4th inning, they just go straight up with 6 runs out of 5 hits throughout this game.
It's Gandert. Gandert's pitch is hit deep into left center field, as we will have a full diamond for the Princeton Vikings. As number 3, Josh Davis, has a chance to do something special for them.
Back to the top of the order.
Get them out of a bit of a rabbit hole that they're in right now. Two outs at the moment. Bases loaded.
Josh Davis already with a walk and 2 singles, 1 being an RBI on the night.
That one's high. Be a 1-0 count. Gandert maybe a little shaken from the back-to-back on bases. Is that one right down the middle?
We're going to have to see what Gandert tries to do here, whether he tries to go a little bit more aggressive or a little bit more conservative. That one will.
That one looked really high, but it is called a strike. So it'll be a 1-2 count for Josh Davis.
Davis will call time. Yeah, and something we've seen with this umpire strike zone, like you mentioned earlier, a little bit higher than usual for some of these players.
Which is why you see some of the fans here getting a little frustrated. It's a 2-2 count here in the top of the 6th.
And in this game, as a batter, you gotta adjust to all conditions of each and every game that you play in.
That pitch is low, and it will be a full count in the top of the 6th with the bases loaded. 2 outs. Davis has a chance to get the Vikings right back into this game. As that one will be right down the middle. And the Mason Comets will not let that happen.
In the 6th for the Vikings, no runs.
Brett Gandert, great pitch, great execution. And we will be right back with you on ICRC TV.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Leading off the bottom of the 6th inning.
Welcome back to Mason High School, where Isaac Vargo leads off for the Comets as they take on the Princeton Vikings. They're up 6-2 in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch, tipped, foul ball, will be strike one, 0-1 count.
Vargo on the night with one double early in the first inning. Also got a single in the 5th.
So that one will be high and nearly hits Vargo right in the dome. The senior first baseman takes a swing and a miss there, but has a lot of power beneath him. Been working all offseason. Wittenberg commit. Stud of an athlete.
Yeah, he's a player that can really shake up a defense because he can play the ball wherever on the field.
So that one is called outside. It will be a 2-2 count. Vargo looking to get on base and extend this Comet lead. Well, these Vikings look to track Isaac Vargo's ball, but will make a diving catch. What a play by the outfielder. Number 11, Antonio Thomas.
That was an amazing catch right there. He was able to play that ball perfectly.
As we saw something similar in the 4th with Jake Kelling, but that one, both feet were off the ground there.
That was amazing. I mean, you look at Vargo's hit there, very low. So that means it went high, almost gone, but Thomas was able to just track that ball the whole way and just dive to get it.
So they will call that one on Sander as the Comets get one out in the bottom of the 6th here. Sander watches that one go through the middle of the strike zone. Vikings looking to patch the damage here a little bit. There's a swing and a miss, and a strikeout for Liam Sander as Chase Gander.
Now batting, number 3, Chase.
Like I mentioned earlier, the birthday boy, up to hit. As Manuel Sanchez Gonzalez has not done a horrible job maintaining these Comets.
Yeah, he's done well filling in.
Shut out the last inning there.
Yeah, he's done a great job during his time in this game.
So that one is outside. Gander is looking to get on base with Johansson to follow him, if possible. So that one is outside as well. As catcher and the pitcher come together to talk about it for a second. And you all right? Pitcher goes, I'm fantastic. I'm going to throw a strike right here. So that one is high. Gander takes the base. As these Vikings look to get out of a little bit of a deficit here, just trying to advance to the 7th. Johansson steps up to plate. Johansson gets called back by the ump for a second. One more out, and the Vikings are up to bat for the final time this evening. Going to regain 4, 5 strikes. So that one goes high. It'll be a 2-0 count here. As Johansson looks to get on base for the second time tonight off of an error double just an inning ago.
Yeah, like you said, the designated hitter tonight already with the sacrifice bunt to help his team in scoring position get those 6 runs, plus that double in the last inning.
That one is outside and will be ball 4, so Chase Gander takes second as Braden Johansson takes first. 2 on bases for the evening for the senior, number 28. As Grant O'Connor steps into the batter's box. Like we mentioned earlier, a lot of power beneath those legs. So the first pitch is outside.
O'Connor already with a double RBI on the night. He was able to show his power in that 4th inning. The big 4th inning
Looking
for
to
the
maintain
Comets.
that right now. As that one dribbles by and not picked up. As Chase Gander rounds home and the Comets score their 7th run of the evening here in Mason, Ohio. As that dugout is going crazy.
It was a perfect hit by O'Connor right there. Really just get it right through the second baseman's hands.
Drove just through. As Hudson Groppe and the guys look to rally on it.
You can see the dugout for the Comets gang excited tonight.
Is Johansson on second, Grant O'Connor on first. Hudson Groppe tipped it into the catcher's mitt. Will be strike 1. That pitch skips by, and Braden Johansson rounds for home and will get there as they run their 2nd run of this inning, 8th on the night. Johansson gets a warm celebration from the dugout. As Kelling up to bat with Grant O'Connor on first. Hudson Groppe on first, Grant O'Connor on third.
Yeah, we saw O'Connor. He was kind of slow taking it with the second base, but he was able to speed right in to slide into third, get corners filled.
As the lefty Jake Kelling up to bat. That pitch is low and inside. So that one skips over, but that one will be caught, and we will have our 3rd out of the inning as the Princeton Vikings have 1 inning left to possibly make up 7 runs here.
In the 6th inning for the Comets, they had 2 runs.
And we will be right back on ICRC TV.
Welcome back to Mason High School for the possible final inning of this matchup between the Princeton Vikings and the Mason Comets. And what we've seen throughout this game as the Comets lead 8-2, 7 hits, 5 hits for the Princeton Vikings. Princeton trying to take the lead here, or else it will be a Comet win at home. Up to bat is second in the rotation, Carson Coran, number 9. And
Carson Coran sends one deep.
And he will take the single gladly, ripping it off the bat.
It's one hit at a time right now.
Really trying to swing this momentum, but like you said, it's one pitch, one hit at a time. And for the Comets, pitcher Brett Gander, it looks like he will attempt to close this one on his birthday. Up to bat is number 8, Manuel Sanchez Gonzalez.
He was finishing out pitching for the Vikings, the 5th and the 6th, letting up just 2 runs.
Count will start 2-0.
Brett Gander sends it straight down the middle. Great pitch there.
2-1 is the count, 0 outs in the top of the 7th inning.
Gander's pitch is low.
Coran chooses not to go to second. He will stay at first base.
Came to Coran's first hit of the evening. Bit of a surprise. He's had a decent year so far. Bit of a slow game, but sometimes they happen.
3-1 is the count. That'll be way high for a ball. And Gonzalez will be able to get on first. Coran on second. Up to bat, Blake Dayton, number 2. Hasn't gotten a hit on the night. He's looking to get a big shift in momentum with 1 runner in scoring position.
They have 2 on base right now. Blake Dayton from the Vikings watches that one go inside. Will be a 1-0 count to start. Catcher and first baseman. So that one is a high fly
Coran
ball.
will get the hit. And Groppe is able to go for it.
And keeps everybody on the same base too. Quick turnaround.
Great play by Groppe there, really just keeping his eye on it. As we take a look again. Groppe just
really close to that net.
Fully locking in on that ball. Making sure to get that free out. Up to bat, Colson Wolf for the Vikings.
So that pitch is deep.
Take a big swing.
But it will be caught by Kelling as he rips it to second as we have 2 outs as the Comets 1 out away from their 3rd victory in the GMC. And will extend their record to 5-4 as Princeton Vikings at a possible 3-4 record.
Only 1 more out for Gander to close out with a win on his birthday versus a tough GMC opponent. Roberts up to the plate, the 6th batter in the rotation.
That one is called a little outside. Gandert's pitch low. Like we said earlier, that strike zone is not as low as it probably should be, but that's the umpire's eye today. Sometimes you gotta do with what you have. That one is almost picked off by Davies.
And Roberts with one at-bat on the night, wild pitch out. Tried to head to first. Got a quick out off the wild pitch for the Comets. 2-0 is the count with 2 outs, 2 men on base, all of the 2s. Roberts will call time.
That one is tipped. It will be a strike, so it'll be a 2-1 count in the top of the 7th as the Comets look to close this one out.
And looking back on this game, the Comets have really done a great job on both sides. I mean, being able to overcome this weather, very hard, but in that 4th inning, they just flicked the switch, and they were just able to be on fire that inning as Roberts will swing and miss. 2-2 is the count, 2 outs. This could possibly be the last pitch for Gander on the night.
Looking for a big birthday win as Gander takes another ball. It will be a full count as
both runners steal. Runners on 2nd and 3rd base.
Both in scoring position here, James.
There's a great opportunity here. If you can get a really good hit here, kind of get 2 men home. And that will be a swing and the miss. And the Comets close out this game in old Comet fashion. And this was just a great game between both teams. We saw the Comets kind of drift away early in the game, but they were able to pull off a big comeback and be able to completely pull away with the lead, 8-2 final score.
Yeah, it was a phenomenal game all around. It looked like the Comets were not going to come out with this one just from the slow start, but they pulled through in that 4th inning, getting 6 runs, and then 2 innings later, 2 more to tack onto it. Final score, 8-2 here at William Mason High School. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this wonderful evening. Beautiful weather, as always, here in Ohio. Thank you guys very much. ICRC TV.